Now let's start next flip-flop, which is data flip-flop or D flip-flop. We have seen three types of RS flip-flop. RS flip-flop using transistorized circuit, using NAND latch and using NOR latch. All questions are important. There is always one question on explain RS flip-flop. Okay, either using NAND latch or NOR latch. Now we know the drawbacks of RS flip-flops are it requires two input to store one single bit. Okay, then both set and reset inputs are high, then output at this stage is unpredictable, or we call it as race or forbidden. Okay, so that state is that is not expected output. Okay, so to remove this drawback, D flip flop is used. In this case, there is only one single input. Means two inputs, they are converted into single input by connecting here one NOT gate. Okay, so let's see the truth table. The truth table is data input D, then output Y bar. So when data input is 0, Y will be 0, Y bar will be 1. When data input is 1, Y will be 1, Y bar will be 0. See what will happen here when D input is 0. So S input is 0, and we know as set input is 0, then set here this 0 becomes here 1. So R input becomes R equal to 1, means reset pulse is given to flip flop. So its output Y will be 0, Y bar will be 1. So Y 0, Y bar 1. And when D equal to 1, this 1 becomes here 0. So S becomes 1, means set pulse given is given to this latch. So as set pulse is given, then its output Y will become 1, Y bar will be 0. Y1, Y bar will be 0. So this is how this flip flop works. There are two advantages of these D flip flops. We know two separate inputs are not required to store one bit. Okay, so by applying only one input, we can have output. Okay, and there is no possibility to get race or forbidden condition in the output state. So no forbidden condition or no race condition. So these are advantages of D flip flop. If we carefully observe the truth table, if input is 0, output is 0. If input is 1, output is 1. So we can predict that this flip flop, data flip flop, is used to transfer data from one part of the circuit to another part. Okay, it can just shift the data from one place to another place. So this is the use of D flip flop or data flip flop. Now let's try to understand the concept of clock. In digital circuit, the square wave signal is known as clock signal. This clock pulse has definite frequency. Okay, and in logic circuit, it is necessary to synchronize all different action taking place in different surfaces. Okay, so to synchronize all the action, all circuits, they are given clock pulses. In logic circuits, flip flop changes its state only when the clock pulse is high. Okay, when the clock pulse is low, flip flop is not able to change its state and it remains in last state. This mode is known as disable mode. Here we can see the clock signal here 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. They are known as the positive going edge of clock pulse. Okay, positive edge of clock pulse. And 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. They are negative edge of clock pulse. Okay, so positive edge is what? When clock signal changes from 0 to 1, and which is negative edge? When clock signal changes from 1 to 0, high to low is negative edge, and when clock changes from low to high, it is positive edge. In clock flip-flop, output can change its state only when clock input is high. But in some applications, it is necessary that the flip-flop changes its state at positive or negative going edges of the clock pulse. Either flip-flop can change its state at positive or at negative edge of the clock pulse. That will be according to requirement, and we will see this in counters. Okay, in counters, some counters are positive edge triggered, some counters are negative edge triggered. Now it is necessary to convert this clock signal into spikes. So such signal is known as the edge trigger circuit. Now let's see how to convert clock signal. This is the clock given, square wave. So we use RC. This circuit is known as differentiator circuit. So after applying clock signal to this RC circuit, then at output here we get the circuit like this. This is positive edge, this is negative edge. Again positive edge, again negative edge, positive edge, negative edge. Okay, so the flip-flop will change its output. If the flip-flop is positive edge triggered, then it will change its output immediately when positive edge is detected. Here it will change the state, then here it will change the state, and negative edge triggered flip-flop will change their state at negative edge. Here it will change the state, then here it will change the state, then here it will change the state. Okay, so this circuit is known as RC differentiator circuit. RC differentiator circuit. This circuit converts clock signal into spikes. Okay. When this pulse is applied instead of clock signal, okay, when we apply such pulse instead of clock pulse, then the flip-flop is known as edge triggered flip-flop. Now see the diagram of clocked RS flip-flop. Read carefully in the exam which RS flip-flop is asked, whether it is asked clock RS flip-flop, whether it is RS flip-flop using NAND latch or using NOR latch. Okay, now this is clocked RS flip-flop. Here this is RS flip-flop using NOR latch. This is truth table. From now onwards we will be considering all applications or all flip-flops using NOR latch only. If by mistake NAND latch is drawn here in the book, then make it correct. Okay, because all working we can see that is according to NOR latch truth table. Now see how clock is applied. Clock is not directly applied, it is applied through the AND gate. Why AND gate is required? When clock signal is high, see, when clock signal is high, here 1, then only the input set and reset will pass through these gates. When set is 0, even though the clock is high, here 0 will pass. When reset is 1, as clock is 1, 1 will pass through this. Okay, so as one of the input of AND gate is 1, when clock is high, then only set and reset signal can pass through the AND gate. So that's why AND gates are used here. So when there is clock high, then only set and reset will pass through, and then they are given to the internal NOR latch. Now see, when clock is low, when clock will be low, then what happen if clock is low? Whatever be the set and reset, as these are AND gates, so the output will be 0 0. And if outputs are 0 0, then here set and reset, internal S and R, they will get 0 0, and we know when 0 0 is there, then output remains in last state. So when clock is low, output remains in last state. So when clock is low, whatever be set and reset, output will remain in last state, because both SR will be 0 0. Now when clock is high, again when SR both are 0 0, then as they are 0, here also 0 0, output remains in last state. Now as clock is high, here clock is high, now S is 0, R is 1, S is 0, R is 1. So here R will be 1, S will be 0. So as R is 1, reset pulse is given, so Y 0, Y bar 1. When S is 1, R is 0, then here output will be 1, here output will be 0. So S 1, R 0. So set pulse is given to latch. Set pulse is given means Y is 1, Y bar 0. Y is 1, Y bar 0. And when both are 1 1, we know if both are 1 1, then there will be race between them to give low output. So here race condition will be there. So when clock signal, it is asked to explain clock flip-flop, then we have to use such arrangement before every flip-flop. Same arrangement before RS flip-flop, same arrangement for D flip-flop, same arrangement for all remaining flip-flops.